Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Just sums your day up, doesn't it? When you've had to make a fresh latte because the one you just made ended up all over the floor. Just sums my week up in a nutshell, actually, guys. The weather is looking absolutely lovely. About 30 degrees outside here, little sun trap. Escort, I would imagine, is probably getting on about 60 degrees centigrade inside. Absolutely boiling the bag. Don't know why I bought that this morning. No aircon. Horrendous. It's weird though, isn't it? Probably spend 6-7 months of the year sitting there in our front rooms looking out to the crap weather, dreaming of days like this, and when it arrives it's an absolute nightmare. I'm sweaty in places that I didn't even know you could sweat from, to be honest with you. I was trying to get as much done as possible in the morning before it does reach up 28 degrees or whatever stupid temperature it is in here. She's a bit warm, she ain't ventured out today, although she's on her retractable washing line still. Nice little invention there. And she's had a haircut, if you notice, guys, so she's looking a lot smaller but a lot cooler, bless her. Looks like a proper cavapoo now. Got a disco going on in the background. Not intentional, but the bulb seems to have gone, so that's something else I've got to do. Isaac's off today and tomorrow. He's gone camping. Could think of nothing worse than spending the night in a tent in 28 degrees. But whatever floats your boat, mate. He's due a bit of holiday. But I'm trying to get as many jobs as I can done in the morning, like I say, because I'm probably going to leave a little bit earlier today, and I'm going to send John home a bit earlier because he's a bit boiling the bag, bless him. But what I've done this morning is trying to get all these milling jobs done. That one on there is a bit of a Heath Robinson. We'll check that out in a moment. But I've got the Cosworth block with the liners in. This was meant to be done and sort of going back last Friday, but it is now Tuesday, and I've informed the owner and he said there's no rush, don't worry about it, I understand what's going on. But yeah, all I've got to do now, guys, done the long stud in, 6 long studs, liners are all in, literally just honing the bores out, and then that's done. I'm going to send that back tomorrow afternoon because he wants it back for Friday, I think, did he say? That other cosy there is waiting for those liners that I've ordered. So all the cossies are in tow. Russell's is all done. I've just got to pop down to Tom's and get the sump with the 2 unions I've had welded in the base of it. To be honest, can't bring myself to jump in the Escort and go down and get it. He's in not much rush, so I shall wait until I've got my van. But this one, what is this? So this is off a company that we've done plenty of work for, called Roger Bray Restorations, and Roger Brays do quite a lot of the 956 Porsches. Bit of a rare beast, very valuable now, we all know that. Porsches, the sort of price market of Porsches has skyrocketed in the last 15 years. But this here, if you don't know what it is, guys, I'm going to give you about 2-3 seconds to guess what it is for any of you Porsche fanatics. This is a dynamo bracket stroke water, some sort of water housing that goes through the same bit, but this holds the dynamo on, I'm assuming, a 356 Porsche because it's come from them. But what they do, guys, they send us these periodically. We've got 2 at the minute, obviously designed for a smaller dynamo, but whether they get like a replacement now, which is a bit bigger body, I'm not sure. But this is the drawing they give. And this is like a sort of done thing. What we've got to do is set the cutter at a 50mm radius. So that'll be a diameter, I expect that'll be a diameter of the dynamo of 100mm. And we have to set the centre of that tool 142mm from here and right in the centre of it. And what that does is it sort of does away with this end bit here. We don't want to go through into this water jacket here. So it just allows for the new dynamo to go in at the correct height, I'm assuming. So this is how I've always set them up, guys. Now there's going to be engineers watching this absolutely disgusted with my Heath Robinson setup here, but I've always done this and I ain't going to change it now, guys. So you're more than welcome to suggest other ways of doing it in the comments, but I like doing it like this. I like clamping it with G-clamps. I like it all a bit risque, but it's always worked for me. So we've got this boring head here, which we've had for many years, and I don't even know what make it is, haven't got a clue, but it does the job. And so you can see I'm using a long tool here, obviously one that's going to go down as far as we need, and I've set it on the 50mm radius, 142mm from here and right in the centre, and that is the first one done, guys. So basically all I do is set the cutter going there, and we just feed it up. Unfortunately, which doesn't help with my sweating malarkey, this is not a CNC mill, so I have to do it by hand. So I have to wind the job up bit by bit, and take sort of 2.5mm cuts. There's about 5mm to come out of this that way, which is great when it's 28 degrees. So I've got one more to do of that. What's Isaac been doing? He has been doing, which we have got the go-ahead on, and that is the CVH. So what we've had to do with this CVH, we've had to do, you can see he's got the crank in there. That is all checked and what have you. We've got sort of, I think 1.8 thou. You can see he's still got the plastic gauge on the mains. Got about 1.8 thou of clearance on the mains, which is absolutely ideal. So we've got all the bits laid out here. We've fully cleaned and checked the cylinder head over here. Everything's all right. Fortunately, although it had contact, it didn't bend any valves, which is great. We've managed to clean up the housing on number 2 there that holds the camshaft, and that has cleaned up lovely. There's a little bit of scoring, probably about 1mm or 2 wide, but it's not going to affect the sort of lubrication of it or the oil pressure or anything like that. So we've just eased that out with the hone, and all the rest of the bits, guys. So this is the oil filter. We've had to do a report this morning via email. This is the oil filter that Isaac split, and you can see it's absolutely bone dry. So there's no sort of priming of oil before this thing is fired up. And the oil pump, this is actually an oil pump we've had upstairs, but we're not going to use that. It's just one we've checked out, I do believe. We've got a new oil pump coming, and I do believe it may be in there, the new oil pump. Also, we should have a set of head bolts and a Cometic head gasket at 60 thou, just so we can get the compression ratio right. And everything else is just laid out, ready to go, guys. Not too sure about the big engine yet. Don't think he's done that, but he'll be back Thursday, so he can do that. And yeah, it's just a case of putting it back together, guys, with a new oil pump, a few new bits, which I'll say are probably in there. And that is another engine done. So we've had a little bit of an upgrade yesterday on the container, guys. So we bought this thing because we had a lot of stuff lying on the floor in the workshop. But the only trouble is with the container, although it's a big volume in here, the actual floor space isn't really that much. And by the time you've got 2 or 3 engines in here and a few bits and bobs lying about, it soon sort of mounts up, really. So it did end up a little bit of a trip hazard, a little bit of a dump in here. So very kindly, Stuart has managed to find us some racking, and we've got 2 of those, guys, and soon to probably have another 2, which we may put one this side and one in the workshop, don't know yet. But how handy is that? That is a big industrial size rack in there that he's got for us, 2 of them. And yeah, we've had a good clear out yesterday. So we've put the wash down here because we don't tend to wash that many things now, apart from our cars, because obviously we can't wash sort of dirty engines outside anymore. Not a great idea. And we've got the wash in there now with the skimmer, so that works really well. So we put this in here rather than have it in sort of in the workshop there and have to dig it out every day and mop up the water that it leaks. So what I'm going to do is get a lengthy hose that fits from here over to the hose pipe down there. I'm going to mount that properly, and then if we ever do need to use this, we can keep it in here, open the big door, just connect up the hose, and away we go. We can sort of wash our cars out here or whatever, really, but it can live in here. We've got the racking at the back, which we've obviously got loads of bits on there. That's we've got my gearboxes down the bottom. A couple of gearboxes got to be done for a customer, not by us, but yeah, there's just various bits lying about. Most of the stuff on the top shelf is mine, as is up there, Rudy's little bike. Get him to use that one day. But there's loads of storage down here, guys. So this is customers' work. I'm really, really happy with this. That engine there, we've got to get rid of in the crate. That is a pretty much new 5-cylinder Ford Focus ST motor, actually, but it's got the crank gone. But everything else is brand new on it. If anyone wants it out there for not a lot of money. We've got my little crossflow there, the 1300 out of the Escort van. Now that doesn't look very old. It doesn't look like it's done much work. It looks like it's been refreshed to me, but it is a bit of an unknown. But it's got the carburetor on it, even got a K&M filter, brand new alternator, and it's just sitting there, guys, surplus to requirement. So if anyone wants a little 1300 Crossflow for fairly cheap, please do let me know, as we need to get rid of this, which is the old blade motor out of our kit car. So if anyone's interested in these, guys, please do chuck us an email, and we'll get back to you, and I'm sure we can sort of help one of our viewers out for not a lot of money, really. It's just sort of sitting here taking up space. We're not going to do a lot with it, so get in touch, guys, get in touch, grab yourself a bargain. So yeah, really happy with this. Only trouble is in here, especially today. I know I've said it before in this video, but it's blooming hot in here, like a greenhouse. Wouldn't want to live in here, tell you that for nothing. Well, guys, not going to take up any more of your lovely precious time. Get out there in the sun. I'm not going to bore you anymore. It's not going to last forever, so enjoy it, and we'll see you in another video. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers, guys.